Hi there BookTube, it's Eleanor here, and today I'm doing my March TBR. Now March for me is going to be one of those months that I just want to get things done. I feel like we're into the year now and I just want to sort of get things wrapped up. Things that need to be wrapped up. So I'm still going to be picking my challenges, which came I do every month, that come from Peanut Butter Taco, I think her name is, who I bought my journal through. I'll link up above the video about that. But I bought some stickers that are sort of challenges, so I'm going to do those. I'm still going to do my subscribers 5-star recommend pick and my big book pick. But then all the other books are going to be books that are off the two videos that I did. One last year and one beginning of this year maybe, or maybe the end of last year. Both of which are books that I was looking forward to, my most anticipated releases that were coming up. Those books are all out now, and so I really need to read them. So I'm going to focus my month of March in getting those read. So let's go into the books that I've picked. So the challenge that I've picked this month, one of the challenge stickers, is to read a book with green on the cover. I'm tying in one of my books for my most anticipated. I've been holding off on this one. It's the last in a trilogy. I've loved it so far, 2 5-star reads, and I think I'm just a bit sad about finishing it, if I'm honest. And that's The Toll by Neil Shusterman. I've loved the first 2 in this trilogy, and so I really need to wrap this one up. If you didn't know what this is about, this is set in a world when people no longer need to die. Death has been sort of a thing of the past. You can live forever, and so in order to sort of keep the population under control, there are these scythes, these people that are trained in killing, who go out and sort of reap people, and there is obviously, as with all sort of organisations, political and non-political, there is sort of corruption and various things going on, and we are following a new recruited scythe, and yeah, it's really good so far, so I need to wrap this up, and this has got green on the cover. The second challenge from my challenge stickers I've picked is to read a book over 500 pages. Cheekily, I've picked that because I wanted it to tie in with one of my big books, which are books that are over 500 pages on my shelf, which I'm picking out every month from my jar. This month I picked out Forever Amber by Kathleen Windsor. This is about 1,000 pages long, and it is apparently a page turner, which is good with, you know, 1,000 pages to turn, with over 3 million copies sold worldwide. It says, abandoned, pregnant and penniless on the teeming streets of London, 16-year-old Amber St Clair uses her wits, beauty and courage to climb to the highest position a woman can achieve in Restoration England, that of the favourite mistress of the merry monarch himself, Charles II. From whores and highwaymen to courtiers and noblemen, from the Great Plague and the Fire of London to the intimate passions of ordinary and extraordinary men and women, Amber experiences it all, but throughout her trials and escapades she remains in her heart true to the one man she really loves, the one man she can never have. So I just think this sounds really good, so it's time that I give it a try. For my colour on the cover sticker for this month, I've picked teal. And that also fits in for one of my anticipated books, and that is Love Boat Taipei by Abigail Wen. This has got this sort of teal cover in the writing and down the spine, and this is one that I was highly anticipating. It's about a young girl called Eva, and she's sent away to this summer camp. I think it's to sort of be alongside other people who she's sort of competitive against. It's meant to be this sort of strict educational program in Taiwan, but instead she ends up finding this sort of place where it's sort of random hookups and all sorts of shenanigans going on, and I look forward to seeing how she copes. For my subscriber 5-star pick this month, I ended up picking up A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith. And this was recommended as a 5-star read for me by Reading Ace, so thank you for that, and I look forward to finally getting to this one. I don't know much about it, but it's a very popular book. It's sort of a coming of age story. It's set in Brooklyn in 1902 till 1919. So yeah, I look forward to finding out a bit more about this, and everyone loves it who's read it, so really I should too. For Romance-opoly, I rolled and I ended up getting The Gym, and that has to be a book with a gorgeously dressed or gorgeous person on the cover. I've picked this one because this is as close as I can get. It's The Air He Breathes, which is book 1 in the Elements series by Brittany C. Cherry. This is my first Brittany C. Cherry book, I believe. I thought he was quite well dressed and steaming and brooding, and I look forward to trying this one. I think it's about sort of a damaged young man, and there's bound to be some steaminess to it. I will of course be reading the books that I need to for the BookTube prize. I've got 2 non-fiction left to read, and they need to be done this month, so I'm going to be reading those, and then I shall be able to release my video telling you my thoughts on all of the 6 books in my category once that once those votes are all in. So I will be reading those 2. I've picked off my Pop Sugar challenge, one of the challenges I'd like to complete this month, and for that it is a book with a pun in the title, and I'm going to be reading Tweet Cute by Emma Lord. Lots of people love this contemporary. It's about a boy and girl from sort of competing restaurants. They're the daughters, son and daughter of competing restaurant owners, but I think they do all the social media, so there's a bit of a Twitter battle and feud going on, but they don't know. They know each other in real life, but they don't know that they're the ones doing it, I think. And so it's going to be a really nice romance story, no doubt. So I'm looking forward to this one. All the other books that I have on my potential to read this month are from my anticipated videos, from my anticipated releases videos. So I'm not going to go into any detail here because you can check those videos out if you want to find them in more detail. But I've got Estelle Mascame's The Wrong Side of Kai. This is about a girl whose sort of fling ends in a big betrayal, and I think there's going to be some sort of revenge plot, so I think this one looks at forgiveness. I've got A Long Bright River by Liz Moore. This is the story of 2 sisters. One is a police officer, one is a homeless drug addict. The homeless drug addict sister gets kidnapped, and it's a race to save her from the sister. Jane Anonymous by Laurie Farah-Stoles. This is about a girl who's kidnapped. During her kidnap, she is kept with other people. She manages to escape, but when the police go back to try and find the people she is desperate to sort of help, they cannot find any trace of them, and it's her sort of trying to find out what's happened. There is the follow-up to The Handmaid's Tale, which is The Testaments by Margaret Atwood. I don't think this needs any sort of introduction at all. There is The Giver of Stars by Jojo Moyes. This is set in sort of a rural landscape in America in the 1930s. It's about a woman who wants to spread the love of reading to the poor and the homeless, and this is a story of strong women. Revenge of Scars is a Count of Monte Cristo retelling by Tara Sim. I mean, that's all I needed to know to buy this one. The book on everyone's lips at the moment is Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reid. This one is talked about by everyone on BookTube at the moment. It's about a babysitter who's looking after her charge. She's in the supermarket with them. She is black, the child is white, and someone accuses her of kidnapping the child, and this is the repercussion and the fallout from that. There is Followers by Megan Angelo. This is about a mother and daughter who are filmed. Everything they do is being filmed. It's set in 2051, so in the future, and this is about unravelling the truth. Oh, it couldn't be an anticipated without the latest Shauna Maguire, Come Tumbling Down. I can't wait to get to this next in the Wayward Children's series of novellas. I'm looking forward to going back to this world. And finally, a controversial pick. I still haven't decided if I'm going to read it. After a video talking about it, I was told in the comments below that there has been some problems with this. There has been some people that have not liked the fact that the writer is not Own Voices and is talking about quite a important topic for a particular culture, and so I'm not sure that I'm going to end up reading this. I may read it, but just bear that in mind. But I haven't decided yet, and that is American Dirt by Janine Cummings. This was the one that I was most highly anticipating, but since getting told various different things about it, I'm going to have to reserve judgment on whether I'm going to read it, and I definitely will be going into it more knowledgeable about some of the problems that have been coming up, and I'm going to educate myself a little bit further on those problems before I make the decision on ultimately whether to read this or not. So that is March. It's quite a hefty March. There's quite a few big books there, but they're all highly anticipated, so I can't wait to get stuck in. Let me know what you're reading in March. Any of these pique your interest? Any of these ones that you've loved? Which one should I get to first? And let's talk in the comments down below. Bye for now, BookTube.